AJ. I'm here with Rage. I'm here with Charles. I'm with Julian. We about to break down this Bucks Nets game. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. This is Nets Kingdom.
Nets Kingdom.
To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas just can't take it.
Yes, sir. So, coming off that, 3-game win streak, I think we got the news today. We kind of were shocked by this news. So they put out the report that Nick Claxton, the Nets are resting Nick Claxton, Cam Johnson, Royce O'Neal, Spencer Dinwiddie. Did I miss anybody else? I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah, and then of course, the infamous Ben is not playing either.
I didn't expect him to be out. I didn't expect it. No way. No way. He's out. What?
So, what did you guys think when that happened? Like, do you think a lot? I read Nets Twitter, and Nets Twitter is basically saying that they think some people are like, "Oh, are the Nets tanking this game?" I know somebody hit me and was like, "This is an unserious franchise. They're resting, young 25-year-olds or whatever." What do you guys think about the Nets? Resting
I think it's because we got a back-to-back. But the thing is, have we done this at all for a back-to-back?
Not really. I mean, we have, but not really.
Have we actually?
We actually have. I remember. Well,
besides that Pacers game.
Yeah, no. Actually, yeah. Besides the Pacers game, not really.
But we've obviously we've rested like an individual, but we never rested like a plethora of guys. Like we never rested like 4 guys besides that one time. I mean, we rested the whole team. We literally rested the whole team.
Yeah, that's probably like the only thing I can remember. But I mean, I think it's because of their standings right now, because we're not that far away. I mean, do we want to stay in this 6th seed? Like, are we going to stay here, or you guys think we're going to drop?
I don't think we move down.
I think the lowest we can drop is probably like 7 or 8. I think we're a few games ahead of the Hawks.
That's if we're and the Heat as well. They just lost.
The Heat just lost, so we're probably like 2 games ahead of the Heat, or a game and a half right now.
Well, I'll check. I'll check that.
But yeah, what do you guys think we're just going to stay in this 6th seed? Because it looks like the Nets are just punting this game and then going to play or go full strength against the Minnesota Timberwolves on that back-to-back.
I think they go full strength. I think
at full strength, is that game guaranteed against Minnesota?
No, but I think I'd rather. I don't think you beat the Bucks even fully healthy, so it's like whatever, And you know what? You get to test out Nerlens Noel. You get to see Cam Thomas. Hopefully you get to see some Cam Thomas. And this will be another game I think you will be able to see a lot more of Mikal Bridges, because unless you're really that confident in just running through Cam Thomas, I don't think you do that with Mikal Bridges on the court. Interesting, but I do feel like I feel like there will be like a lot of times where we just have Mikal sit in the corner, though. I don't think he just we'll never just go to what's working the whole game. We'll never do that.
Yeah, so you're talking about tomorrow. What do you think the Bucks are going to put out there? You think they're going to rest some guys, or they're just going to go full strength? Because I think they're trying to get back into that number one. They're going full strength.
They're going to go for the kill shot, especially with the run they're going on. They're one of the hottest teams in the league. Yeah. And especially if you're on
They're still on that win streak? They're still on that win streak, right?
No, they lost it. Who did they lose it to?
Oh, they lost it? All right.
Sixers, right?
They're still on they're in crazy form right now, and
they're still the 1st seed.
Yeah, but in this time of the NBA season, you kind of want to keep the foot on the gas. You do not want to do anything that kind of fucks up the rhythm, fucks up the momentum. So I fully expect to go fully healthy, and it's just another day in the office for them. So yeah, I think that's kind of their mentality going into it.
Yeah, because they were coming off like a crazy 15, 16 game win streak, and
they're on fire right now.
I mean, if they just recently lost. That's like what, 1 out of 15-1, like 16-2, whatever they lost. So it's like that's tough, and you don't, like you said, you don't want to break up that chemistry right now. You want to just keep going until the playoffs and get that number 1 seed. Because I'm looking at the standings, and they're almost 2 games ahead of the Celtics, 46 and 21. So
It's funny you mentioned the Celtics. They have been rocky too. I think they just got a win tonight, I believe, but they've been rocky too. So you might want to get all the space you can from the Celtics because you need to secure that second seed, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean that first seed. I'm sorry.
And in our situation right now, right? So we mentioned the Heat are behind us right now after their loss. We're three full games ahead of the Heat.
Okay. So
Okay.
we got space right now. We got space.
Mhm.
So all right. So going into tomorrow, give me y'all chances of the win. Like, do you think we're gonna give an effort with CT and the guys, or it's gonna be like we're gonna lay down and
As Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible, but I don't expect to win. I expect us to lose, but you know what? You can do anything. I mean, I've seen crazier things happen before.
So y'all have no. What about Brooklyn Bridges?
L fan. We have
My bad.
100% chance of winning.
That's on me. I'm being negative. That's
Nah, but I'll say this. These type of games, we just if he does play, I feel like Cam Thomas could go crazy.
I agree.
I feel like this is also Mikal Bridges ain't really gonna slow down either. I feel like he's gonna keep that streak going. Nerlens Noel, he has a pretty big.
Oh my God, he's gonna be going against Brooke and
it's
Giannis.
he's in such an unfair position because now it's like, are they gonna give him way more minutes in his second game, or are they gonna defer Sharp way more? Because it all depends on how that goes.
To me, like I'm going into this game, like I'm not holding anything back. I'll Jacques if he got to throw Yuta in, you got to throw all your chips at the
Sumner.
fences right now. Sumner in something. If something's not working, adjust and go full that because you just open up the rotation because you might as well. We're sitting everybody. You might as well
If
open up the
chucking up
rotation.
threes isn't working, please stop doing it. I promise. That's probably a smart way to go about.
I want to see a lot of CT. I want to see a lot of Brooklyn Bridges, and I want to see Nerlens. I guess throw Dayron in there because you have to. Yuta hasn't played in a long time.
Literally let the kids play. I
feel like in a matchup like this, I think the key to victory is going to be you gotta let Royce hit them step backs, and you gotta make sure you get Royce going. You know, you gotta make sure, like, if you don't do that, I don't really see us winning like that. I think you have to run through Royce, and I think we go as far as Royce takes us.
See everybody got the
but for real. But for real. I'd say our wings definitely need to produce outside of Mikal. Royce, DFS for sure, and Utah.
No, Royce is he's out.
We
lost then.
I forgot. But yeah, so it's definitely Mikal, DFS, and Utah.
Yeah, and obviously, like Chubbs mentioned, it is kind of an unfair place to put Nerlens Noel, but it is a huge opportunity. Opportunity. If he can produce, whether we win or lose, it doesn't matter to me. Win or lose, I don't care.
But then again,
who prefer to win? But if Nerlens Noel can provide in a game against the Bucks on a 10-day contract, that's good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. It's gonna be Werlins or Nerlens.
I'm okay. I'm honestly okay with resting guys like this because you're not resting everybody. You still have a competitive team. Like I still think I don't think we're gonna lose by 40, but I think
don't say that.
You know, I think it'll. Huh?
I want to agree with you.
I said don't jinx it, bro. They're gonna come out there.
Look at our 5 position outside of Nerlens is just like.
Oh yeah, gonna be tough, let us lose by 40. Not
like can we even hold Brook Lopez? That's kind of that's where we got
Giannis and Chris Middleton.
Like fuck Giannis. We already know that's
what is Jacques Vaughn's rotation supposed to look like tomorrow?
Oh my god, the bitch is gonna be nasty as hell.
Oh man,
this
is one of them games where I'll tell you this: if you're betting on, if you want to make some money on FanDuel or something, if you bet
Milwaukee Bucks,
AJ don't do that.
What happens if you bet on the Nets tomorrow and the Nets win? You know how much bread you would make?
Yeah, you would get
it's free money. It's free money, especially the center position. That's easy money.
Vegas about to put our odds skyrocket high tomorrow. Their odds is gonna be crazy tomorrow.
Hey, if you want to and to add on, if you want to earn some real money, bet on the Nets to win a championship. It's gonna happen.
Okay. You know what? I'll say this: the percentage of how we win is what the odds are. All right, hold on real quick.
Yeah, positive. I love the positivity though. Right?
Yeah, but our odds of winning, if the odds come out and it's like uncharacteristically close, we're winning. Like if it comes down, it's like damn, I thought it was worse. Yeah, I think we're gonna win. I'm a rookie to odds, but when odds are when you look at odds and you're like, wait, what the hell? That's probably means it's good to be true. It's good to be true.
Yeah.
So, like, if we're like a plus 200,
oh yeah,
take that shit. You take
take
that.
that.
'Cause
I'll
what the
put
hell?
$5 down just in case.
What
Put
the hell do
$10
they
out on
see
that just
that
in
it's a
case.
plus 200 and not a plus 1,000?
Yeah, put 20 on.
You take that.
They usually FanDuel usually go crazy with the Ben Simmons odds. They'll put like plus 2,000.
But AJ, why would they ever do that? Because there's a big chance he's going to score 8 points in that game. Big chance.
Exactly.
But
Yo,
but like Chubbs did mention earlier too, I could see tomorrow totally being a game where Cam Thomas has a big night. Big night. It could very well be happen, but Cam Thomas versus Drew Holiday, I'm interested to see. Because
yeah.
we saw Kawhi, we saw PG, we saw Terrence Mann. We've seen some good defenders. I'm just interested to see how Cam Thomas looks and see if we're forcing anything, if he's taking some crazy shots, what his percentages are, and how we integrate Mikal into with Cam Thomas. How are we supposed to work that out? Because obviously when Cam Thomas is usually getting a lot of burn, he's the first option and he's the guy who we go to. But recently it's been Mikal. But the reason why I do see Cam Thomas having a good game tomorrow is because even with Mikal doing well, we still went into games being like, you know what, Spencer Dinwiddie, you're the first option. So it's like I could totally see Cam Thomas having a big game, but I do see Mikal doing what he usually does. I just don't think we're gonna instantly gonna use Mikal off rip because that's just not what we do. Unless besides the Hornets game, that was it.
Yeah. This is the first time we're gonna see that Mikal Cam dynamic. I'm actually excited to see that. Like both of them kind of.
And I really hope Nerlens plays well.
Yeah, me too.
Because if we can get that, you know what, we got our back up big because he's on a 10-day and you never know. But
we about to beat the Bucks, yo. You know what I'm saying? We beat the Bucks. Let's go.
W positivity.
Positivity, man. We're gonna throw some positivity. But make sure y'all hit that like button. Before we end this though, we gotta do a quick take on the Sean Marks thing. Rage, what's your opinion on the Sean Marks being extended? Allegedly, we got an article from shout out to Brian Lewis because Brian Lewis was replying to me on Twitter. Shout out to Brian Lewis, but Brian Lewis put out an article that said Sean Marks is expected to be back next season. They didn't give a contract amount of years. They kept that very private, but they're saying he's coming back. So
I didn't agree. I didn't agree to talk about this.
Yo, you gotta have to talk about it, man, before we get out of here. You can do your quick takes.
Rage, you gonna go first?
Well, I see more bad in terms of everything because it's just look where we were and look how everything ended up. But my thing is this: at least we've known that he's able to rebuild a team, and you know he can do that. But it's at the point where it's like he hired Steve Nash. You've done all this stuff, right? But when you got to the team where you had Harden, when you had KD, and when you had Kyrie, or when you had KD and Kyrie, that should be good enough to win, right? We didn't have the guys. We didn't have the complementary guys. But at least I have enough faith in Sean Marks to at least do a little bit because he has more to work with. We have some role players. We have picks. It's interesting. But ultimately, I don't think this was the right move. I mean, what has been so good about Sean Marks? What has he done this whole time? And besides getting stars, that was like extend him.
Yeah.
You know,
that's all facts. You want to take that, Julian, or you want to just pass?
No. I want to, and even then, bro, like you can't really give him like full credit. Like, yeah, he signed them, but like. It's not like
they chose to come here. Kyrie and KD chose to come here,
bro.
And
like,
it was together too. We were we were one of the only teams that were actually like, and we're also in New York.
Yeah.
So there's really an asterisk by there, like in terms of because most people will probably give him full credit for like getting Kyrie and KD. And
no, I don't
obviously
give him any credit at all for
signing like I give him very little to no credit because like nobody was looking at Brooklyn. Nobody was like, oh my God, I want to go to Brooklyn. Kyrie came here because he had a link to the city, and that's it. And KD came because Kyrie came, and then James Harden came because KD and Kyrie came. Like I don't really give him too many. Yeah, like he got the contract inked, right? Like I can give him a slight credit on if the reports are right about KD talking with the Knicks, I forgot what happened. I forgot what James Dolan said. There was a report that like he didn't want to pay. I forgot.
Oh yeah,
I don't
I
think
remember that right before when
I
KD
can't
came, they
remember.
said
Yeah.
they said they weren't willing to give KD the max because he was
Yeah.
because of the Achilles. Like people were
Yes.
skeptical if he
It
could
was
ever
some.
be himself again. So Dolan was like a little bit scared to pay him,
Yeah,
and
I'll give
Nets were
him.
like, "We're not scared to pay you."
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
you got me fucked up. See,
yeah,
that I'll give him credit for that by being smart enough to be like, you take that chance, like, and they
yeah.
maxed him and basically paid him the
Because it would
first
be a
year for
year off.
doing
You had to
nothing.
take a year off before
Yes,
you do it. Yeah,
it's a year off, but you know what I'm saying. I'll give him credit for that because yes, it's a year off, but you know you're gonna get this guy for 3 years, and if you play your cards right, you might have be able to max him again, which they did max KD again, right?
yeah,
So
we'll get that.
I'll give him credit for that and not being like, oh, you know, like I want to do something right now and being like in the moment. Like it was, I'll give him credit for that
And
one.
then
But
going with
that's so bare minimum. It's insane.
Yes, bare minimum.
We'll go with
Yeah.
because there's there's a part of the fan base that's the Sean Marks stands in the fan base, and the Sean Marks
They exist.
yeah, they are in the fan base. So we'll stay on this positive Sean Marks, what he has done. So that we'll add that to it as his positives, and then I want to add the positive of what he did before KD and Kyrie got here.
Yes.
He did a good job of flipping bad contracts. We got D'Lo, we got the Brooklyn Grit team, the infamous 2018 team that no one expected it to be.
The vibes,
The vibes, the
Vibe
culture, y'all know that team. So I'll give them the credit for taking us out of the position we were in. We were in hell, and we came back. Sean Marks got hired, and he fixed it. You know what I'm saying? He fixed it.
He made it a team that somebody would look at and be like, "That's a foundation for a team."
And this is
like
the
you
one
can
thing.
give him that.
Yeah, and this is the one thing I trust Sean Marks at. And I'll say this because I didn't want Sean Marks here. You gotta know I wanted Sean Marks fired. But the one thing I do trust him is drafting and finding talent in a draft, rebuilding. I would trust him in that part since because he's got a great team, Jeff Peterson, who does a groundwork, great job scouting, and like I said, finding the gems. Jared Allen, Nick Claxton, those guys. Like they're good at drafting. So
look at the Long Island Nets right now.
Yeah, look at the Long Island Nets right now.
15 game win streak.
So I'll give him that. I'll give Sean Marks on it if we're gonna add the positives for that. But when it comes to being a contending team, a championship team, I don't want him to be the GM.
he doesn't move.
I don't want him to be the GM when it comes to that. If we get stars, I'd rather not get. This is why I said if Sean Marks' contract is maybe 1 or 2 years where we can build up and get a star. Once we get that star in that second or third year, I want him gone because I don't trust it after that.
I'll say this. Right. I'm not gonna bring up the the bad because it was just previously said. I don't want to beat a dead horse.
Oh yeah.
But I'll say this. Sean Marks is now in a position to where he really can't fuck it up. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
When he got this team first go around, literally had nothing.
Yeah.
Like you really had none. You had pretty much like that Patrick meme. I have $3. That's probably all he had. And he managed to build it and get a foundation and build a foundation where 2 superstars were like, yo, let's go here. So now we're back to square one. You have arguably better assets. You're now going into this offseason with expiring contracts, much more acquire, or what's the word I'm looking for? More wantable contracts.
Yeah.
Joe Harris expiring. Seth Curry's gonna walk.
Attractive contracts.
Seth Curry's gonna walk. Russell Neal's probably gonna walk.
Seth expiring. Yeah.
Utah's
gonna be gone.
You have Patty Mills' option, but he might opt in for the simple fact of the money. But you might be able to move off of that depending on how he feels because he's not playing.
I think part of Edmund Royce's contract is like partially guaranteed or something like that. So it's a nice flexible type of money kind of contract.
And teams will want him. Contending teams will want Royce O'Neal.
Yeah, they'll take
we heard the Cavs in the mix for him during the trade deadline.
So you can move off, and on top of that, the talent you have, just the young guys. Claxton, that's lovely. Cam Johnson is primed for an extension, but if it doesn't come to that, you can sign and trade him, and I'm guaranteeing you're gonna get something very fucking good for him. Like, there's no way you don't get anything good for Cam Johnson. A lot of teams want him. DFS, if you decide, hey, we don't think it's working out, you can net at least a first or two, or even multiple seconds. Like, you can get a lot of picks just off one of these guys. And on top of that, I think we got 2 picks this year in the first round and then a couple in the second round. So you can overnight this offseason have a whole new roster, straight up like over the whole damn near overturned roster of genuine good talent. Now, this is where I'll say this. He does not have any excuse to not knock it out of the park with this. Because you have everything. You have the picks, you have the assets, and you have the contracts that are attractive and can be moved. I don't want to hear no more of it was unfair, he was dealt the bad hand, and he built the roster in the offseason. What do you want to do now? Like, what more can he do? I don't want to hear none of that shit no more.
Yeah.
Because now it's to the point where it's like there's no real risk of doing brash moves because you're gonna get good fucking assets.
Yeah.
Like it's just we're at kind of at that point. We have a lot. Someone said it and put it beautifully. We have a lot of players other teams want, like are dying to get.
Yeah.
We saw what the Grizzlies were willing to throw for Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so guarantee you draft night, them phones is ringing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's when we make the most moves. And like I've mentioned before, and like we've all mentioned, as Nets fans, yeah, we want to win, and we're so interested to see what Cam Thomas can do and what Mikal Bridges can do, and what we can do as a team. But as a Nets fan, you're really looking forward to the offseason, and you're looking forward to draft day, because that's where we can make the most moves as a team. You can't really do anything. The most moves we were really able to do as a team right now was sign Nerlens Noel. That was it. So now you're able to go in, you're able to go into free agency offseason with really and draft day, and you have stuff to move. You have players that people want. You have picks. We have a lot of picks. We have 2 picks on draft night. So depending on how you want to go in, those are movable, and those are picks that people want. But you're also going into a draft where where there's a lot of good talent, and I do trust this team to draft. I do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I do.
if you're able
I
to
do
do that, that's cool. It's just
that's the one thing I do trust. Like I said, Sean Marks
and
Jeff
you know what?
Peterson
And I don't know
stuff.
if it's just me, but I honestly do trust Sean Marks to give Cam Johnson an extension, because it's not like obviously like we didn't really like talk to Bruce Brown, and that was kind of questionable. But Cam Johnson and Bruce Brown don't compare.
Do not compare.
He was able to get Nick Claxton. That's it.
Yeah.
At least you were able to keep him.
I think I think he would extend Cam, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like the best we've seen from Sean is kind of done. Like, I just have this feeling, like I could be proven wrong, but just like when,
Me too. I feel
just
the same
when
way.
My
My expectations are so low. Like I
he's
don't expect like
regressed, bro,
this. I'm
because,
going
like-
like this. Everything he does.
because like just when I saw him like extend Patty, I was just like, what are we? You know, there's so many things, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty confident in the draft as well. But outside of that, I don't know, bro. I just think that Sean is just like, I don't know, bro. Part of me just kind of thinks that in the beginning, and you know, when it came to assembling the 2018 squad, it just kind of feels like, of course he made those moves, and you have to give him credit, bro. I just don't see him doing anything like that moving forward. I think he really just caught so many L's, bro, this past 4 years, bro. It's really, really, really crazy. Like,
he probably peaked at 2018, and
then he kind of just, I don't know, bro. I just don't see it, bro. I'm not like too confident about the direction like of the team. He could prove me wrong, and hopefully he will. And hopefully
I hope he prove us wrong. Because at the end of the day, if he fucks up, we're getting the shit under the stick.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's best for us Nets fans to expect, because if you expect the worst, you can't possibly be disappointed. Like no one would be surprised if Sean Marks messed up everything as well, and he did it again. No one would be surprised.
Make sure you guys hit that like button for us. We'll be back to stream after the game, and we have a back-to-back so against Minnesota. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. Follow us on Instagram at Nets Kingdom 2433. We're on TikTok. We're on all social platforms. SoundCloud, Nets Kingdom Radio. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. We out.